Hi there and welcome to another Team Clueless battle report. Today it is myself, Nick playing, and Mark. We are up in my loft. We're just going to play one of the standard maelstrom games. We're playing Spoils of War, which is the we have 3 tactical objectives each, and we can score each other's objective points. So we have set up the table, a few craters, some buildings and that in the centre, the crash ship here. The objectives we've got: number 1 down here in the corner. 1 in the centre of a landing pad. 3 is over there. We've got 4 in the centre. 5 is over in that crater in the corner. And 6 is over in that crater in the corner. So we covered all the corners and a couple in the middle. Today I am bringing along my Orks. And we'll run through quickly what we've got. We've got a war boss on a bike with a power claw, boss pole and cyborg armour. He's also got a pain boy there on a bike and a unit of 6 war bikers. There is a knob with a power claw in there as well. We've got 2 units, both exactly the same, 3 mega knobs in a truck. Both units have got a boss pole. We've got a unit of 19 orc boys here. Actually, I forgot to say, one of them's got a big shooter. I'll get me a big shooter model out. Actually, had 5 points spare.
Yep.
There's a knob with a power claw in there and boss pole, and there's also just a little mech by itself. They're in a battle wagon. We've got 11 boys here, just a knob by itself. We've got a mech which has actually got the kill saws. They're in a truck. We've got a Dakka jet with an extra gun on it. We've got a unit of 10 looters, and we've also got 4 bikes with rockets on. We might as well stay all in one idea and pass it over to Mark.
Alright, the Tyranids for today then. At the back there is my warlord. He is a flying high tyrant. He's got standard wings, 2 twin link devours and electroshock grubs. Heavy support, I have 2 biovores and I have a Trigon Prime. Down here in Elite I have 2 Venoms and a Lictor, and I also have a Tyranid Warrior Prime. He has the rending claws, the special rending claws, so the Maw Claw of 4x. He's got poison, adrenal glands and flesh hooks. I also have 3 squads of 3 Rippers, all with deep strike. And then I have a formation today. I've taken the Endless Swarm. So this gives me 1, 2, 3 squads of Hormiguns, and it gives me a squad of Tyranid Warriors with no upgrades. And then I've got 2 10-man Gaunt squads, and I've got 1 27-man squad. These guys have got adrenal glands, and if you don't know what the formation does, if the unit is completely removed, when I do so, I can roll a dice. On a 4+, it goes back in exactly as it was into ongoing reserve, so I can keep sort of spawning units. Right, this is the end of deployment for both sides. I currently have first turn. So, from left to right, my left anyway, this is where one of my squads of Hormiguns. This is a 10-man squad of Termagants. I have my Tyranid Warriors, I have a Venom, and I have my Bivals in there. Got another squad of Hormiguns. I've got my big squad of Termagants, joined by the Tyranid Prime. I've also got the Hive Tyrant, and there's a Venom in there. He's hiding under his wings. I've got another Hormigunt squad, and then I've got my final Termagants. I've infiltrated the Lictor down there. I have 3 squads of Rippers in reserve. I have my Tyranid Prime in reserve. And that is it. Just bear in mind, unfortunately, this young gentleman warlord trait has enabled him to seize with +1. He's also given me -1 to my reserves. I have got the Night Fighter warlord trait, so I've made it night fighting turn 1. Do you want to go?
Right, my deployment setup. I have got a battle wagon full of boys over here. This is from my left to right, so technically it's the opposite way around to what Mark just did to his. So battle wagon full of boys. We've got the biker unit there, and then in the centre we have got, that's the truck with the boys in. And we've got 1 truck with mega knobs in. We've got the looters sitting there, so they can hold on to that objective. And we've got the other truck with obviously mega knobs in. I have chosen to outflank my war bikes with the rockets on, and obviously my Dakka jet obviously just comes on as reserve as normal. And as it was just said, so I have +1 to the seize the initiative. So I'm going to hold the camera and attempt. Hopefully the dice will land around about here. Initiative seized. Who would have thought in one of our videos?
What a shot!
Ah.
Team Clueless.
So it's me to go first, and it's night fighting, but let's see how we go. Right, this is the end of the Orks turn 1, and it was a good start really for the Orks. I got 3 cards which I wasn't too sure about. Obviously I know it's not focusing in, but I'll take a picture of them in a bit for you. But I've had to try and kill a Psyker, which is the big flying dude over there. We've had to completely destroy a enemy unit, which is obviously that's doable at some point. And a victory point if I kill an enemy character. So obviously drawing those 3 cards, I was a bit thinking I wasn't going to score much in my turn, but what happened was the 2 trucks here have moved up a little bit, and that truck as well did. And between those 3 trucks and the looters, they all fired over at the Tyranids hiding in the woods there that could fire the large blast template at me. I managed to kill the one in the front. I actually did. The looters actually got 30 shots off, but they only hit 8 times. Yep. But it had a 2-up save because of night fighting and shroud and that which is given to him, and he failed 2 saves, and one of the trucks managed to finish the other wound, do the other wound off on him. So they're 1 down at least. Over here, over the other side, the battle wagon has literally moved up, so it's sitting on objective 6, and the biker boys thought, well, we'll come around here. The lictor was there. We'll have a go at trying to charge him. It was a 9-inch charge after moving. I thought, let's give it a go. But these 3 bikers here that could see through the window and could see him, they shot off, and we killed him basically. We were shooting, so there's no charging, and which has given me first blood, and also obviously I've completely destroyed a unit, so I've got 2 victory points from my first turn, which is as I say, good turn for me. There's obviously, but that's always going to be good because it's the first turn. Let's see how Mark's first turn goes.
Right, end of Tyranid turn 1. So my tactical objective cards, I've got Kingslayer, great. Secure objective 6, secure objective 1. Little highlight, objective 1 is that one. Objective 6 is that one. Yeah, so that wasn't the best of cards for me to roll. So all I've really done is the Bioforce has fired in. The Bioforce killed 1, the Hive Tyrant killed about 5, and that's caused the looters to run off. So that was my successful part of my shooting phase. These guys have ran up onto to kind of hold this. These guys are pushed up to put pressure on sort of the midfield. These guys are kind of pushed around to side. Homogods are kind of running around here. So yeah, it was just a lot of moving and then a little bit of shooting to make the looters run off. I didn't score any single points. So yeah, quite a short, sweet turn, really.
End of Orks turn 2. All my reserves come on, so my Dakajet have come on, and my bikes that are outflanking have come on. I've put them in the corner over there. My cards I drew this turn was Secure Objective 5, which for me, not a good one. It's over in that corner there, controlled by Tyranids. And also kill a flying or monstrous creature. Obviously, Mark had this guy here. So my turn literally was the looters rallied, and with Dakajet, just about everything around here, all shot at him. We did 1 wound through all the shooting. He did end up being grounded and caused himself another wound. And my 3 Meganobs, which got out, which were, if he wasn't grounded, was going to charge into there. They charged into him. He killed 2 of them, and the guy that got to roll back, only managed to do 1 more wound to him. So he's on 1 wound, and during my failed leadership, I managed to kill my other Meganob. So the Meganobs have gone, and this guy is free to roam around on 1 wound, and I'm sure he's about to go back up into the sky. The rocket bikes came on here. They wanted to try and take out the guy here that gives the bonus to cover saves and everything. They managed to do 3 wounds, but 3 saves. So I'm not quite sure what will happen with the bikes next. Buggies and that over there. Over here, the battle wagon just moved forward, so I can still claim this objective. Because obviously Mark had objective 1 and objective 6, which I was going to steal from him. So 6 was there, 1 was under the truck. I got the boys out in the hope that they could run into the big unit of Marks and that, but they only managed to run 1 inch, so where they got out on that, the charge was going to be too great for them. So the bikes went in by themselves. We had a challenge. Just me, Knob Biker, took on Mark's guy in there that could do the rending and poison attacks and that. Mark failed to wound me, and I killed him. I managed to kill him but straight back. And then with all the other attacks from the War Boss, Pain Boy, other bikers, we killed a lot of his guys, and they are running. They managed to run away. I didn't actually catch them, which I forgot about Mark's formation rule, which currently Mark was hoping I'd catch him, so they would have a chance of coming back on the board. But now they're running off for this hopefully they don't come back on, they run off, but Mark has a chance of getting them back next term. And I've positioned myself so Mark's got to do something about the front two bikers there, because I'm stopping him from claiming objective 5. So we'll see how Mark's turn 2 goes.
Right then, end of Tyranid turn 2. So all these guys kind of, anything that could hurt bikers, so these guys shot into the buggies, and the Venom and the Tyranid Warriors charged, so they've got strength 4. I've managed to kill one of them, and I put whole point on every single level 1, just due to wound allocations. I drew secure objective 2 this turn, so these guys just held on to that. Down here, I also drew secure objective 4. Had 2 obsec deep striking rippers to try and get on target. They're both scattered way off and couldn't run onto target. And he's got an objective secure unit in there, so he's going to secure it on my turn as well, which is more points I'm giving up. I did try to assault in, obviously, the Gaunt, the Gaunts can't hurt it. The Venomthrope managed to deal 1 whole point. The Flyrant, he jumped up the arse of this thing and was really hoping to have killed it, but he did drink and he made a load of his saves, so I've done 2 whole points, and he's on locked velocity this turn. My Bival scattered off, but did put 2 spawn mines on the table. I passed both my leadership's tests down here, which is good. I attempted to assault the bikers. These went in first, lost a load on Overwatch, then failed their charge. Homoguts managed to get in, and actually somehow, just due to his real bad power claw rolling and bad saves in general, I've actually won the combat by 1. I lost a couple, he lost 3. In terms of the big rolls, this big squad, which did go off the board last turn, has made its 4+, so it'll be coming on ongoing reserves. But unfortunately, my Trigon Prime failed to come on because his -1 reserve rolls. So the scores on the doors currently are: I've got 1 point, he's got 5, and he's guaranteed to get secure objective 4 next turn if he doesn't move. Right, end of my turn 2.
End of Orks turn 3. And obviously my Daka Jet had to just literally move over this way. The truck, which still had some Mega Knobs in, they got them out and they got up there. They charged into the unit over here, and we've basically, with the Daka Jet and them, we've wiped the entire unit out. The bikes just come around, took some shots into them. Obviously only did 1 wound but made the save. But the everything basically, the 2 trucks, the looters only got 1 shot each again. The big shooter from this one, the 12 boys that are in there, we all shot at him, and he only had to make 1 save, which was from the first shots from the looters, and he made that. I was really hoping I could just get rid of him this turn. Just move the truck over just a little bit, just so it's not an auto hit. The boys all stayed inside because we were objective secure for objective 4. And the cards I drew actually this turn was secure objective 4, I already had objective 5, and I had secure objective 6. So that was basically 2 points guaranteed from that one, and a point from there. The bikers over here, we had a much better turn in assault this time. Mark only did 1 wound, but I managed to make the save, and I just basically wiped out his unit and consolidated, so I was getting objective 5. So 4 VPs for me in that turn 3. So I'm now up to 9 VPs to Mark's 1 turn 3, and I'm quite used to in this sort of game is normally getting ahead quite early on because of the cards, but then suddenly the other player coming back. But all of Mark's units which have been destroyed, the ones over there, the big unit, are all in ongoing reserve. So Mark has got a lot to come back on.
Coming in.
We just have to wait and see. And Mark's drawn his cards, and we laugh. We did have a little laugh at the cards he's drawn. But
secure objective 2, secure objective 4, and this is his OPSEC unit.
Yeah,
and I got secure objective 6 behind the battle wagon.
Yeah, so hopefully Mark's reserves stay off the board, and I can get some more VPs. Let's see how we go.
Just give it to you. Right then, end of Tyranid turn 3. Really need the big guy to come on. As you can tell by the fact he's still sitting on the table, he didn't. Lazy bastard. Just down here, moved these guys up to finish off the bikers. Pushed up here because obviously I draw objective 2, and I just want to, just keep chucking meat into the grinder against the Mega Knobs. And then one of my other squads that came on from reserve went down here. Spawn Mine charged in and killed one of the looters. The Venomthrope still trying to beat up the truck. and the Rippers are trying to get hold of the objective. I've managed to pin the squad with the Hive Tyrant power again. So I charged in with the Rippers. I did try to get the Hormagaunts in, but they failed their charge roll. But they're still locked in combat with an unwounded Ripper. Down here, I've killed another one biker or two bikers this turn.
One biker from shooting.
One biker from shooting. So there's just got the 4 left, but they've all sort of all the special dudes. And then I brought in the big squad and another one of my little squads. The Hive Tyrant is now kind of hiding behind that building. Like I said, I've got this squad locked in combat. This squad, don't know what it's going to do, and then maybe it's just the looters. The Rippers did deep strike in. They did try to scatter off, but I managed to make my run well, so I did finally secure Objective 6. However, I still have Objective 4, which has got an OBSEC unit on, and Objective 2 is being patrolled by the Meganob, so he's probably going to get another 2 points off me, which is never good.
And it's the end of the Orks' turn 4. So obviously, main goal for this turn was securing Objective 2. My flyer's gone off the board to fly back on the next turn. Objective 4, my cards which I drew up, because I had to draw 3 cards up, were actually secure Objective 4. I had one of the Orc ones, which was grab the loot, roll a d6, and then you score a victory point if you claim that objective. And it was Objective 4. And I also I score a victory point for issuing a challenge. As Mark's flyer was the only thing I could issue a challenge to, I've discarded that. So this turn, as I say, the flyer has gone off the board to fly back on again. The Meganob's just moved around. So the one that's taken a wound is at the back and the other 2 at the front. But we fired some shots into them. Didn't do anything basically. But we didn't assault in because I wanted to make sure I secured the objective. I thought the point is more valuable. We had the turn of try to kill the Hive Tyrant thing again. The looters got 3 shots each. There was 9 shots. Failed. The 2 trucks there failed. This one here is just sort of following it along basically. What we realised was actually Mark's had some objectives secure being, so I wasn't secure on there. So the Orcs basically had to get out, and we had to assault into the little Ripper squad. I killed 1 through shooting, so there was only 2 left. And the power claw basically finished them off, and I just rolled for the power claw. But Mark did kill one of the boys. The Orc boys over here have actually, look, they've moved since coming out of the battle wagon. Basically, Mark killed 2 more Orcs in the assault, and I just killed his last dude with the thing. So, and we consolidated 2 inches. So we've moved 2 inches again since coming out of there. So we've just basically spread ourselves about, because obviously this guy's got a flamer template. The battle wagon has just moved back a little bit, saying, "Oi, that is my objective. You may be objective secure, but get off of it." And the bike guys, they shot the other unit. Was it Hormagaunts that was in front of them?
Yeah.
Did a load of wounds. Mark took a leadership test, failed, and they've run off the board. And he rolled so that they are due to come back on again. So these 4 guys who were going to assault into them if need be are sitting there waiting for, well, depending on whether Mark wants to assault with both, and we're not sure. But that was it for my turn, and it is looking good for me. I'm now up to 13 VPs to Mark's 2. The cards have been working in my favour, I believe, though.
Well, this one's a laugh. I've got Secure Objective 1.
Yeah, which is under that truck.
I've got Secure Objective 4, which is my favourite.
Yeah, which is that one there.
And I've got Destroy Flyer, and yours is off the board.
Yeah, so my flyer's in next turn. So Mark's... he might be able to kill my Orcs or get him locked in combat. That I can't get that one.
Might. Yeah, I might be able to kill the Orcs.
Yeah.
That's one of the few things I could do.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your 2 units there, so possibly. But let's see how Mark's turn 4 goes.
Right, this is the end of Tyranid turn 2. Biovor, he fired down and killed 2 of the looters, and then the rest ran off. I've moved some more boys around. These guys are Tyranid warriors, moved into position to shoot out the trucks, along with the Hive Tyrant and the Trigon Prime, who finally came in. They killed all 3 trucks around here, which is quite good. This included an explosion, which managed to wound the Orc boys, plus the assault phase with the Venom Throat. The Venom Throat was doubled out by the Power Claws, but done enough damage to cause them to run. Down here, my boys came on, shot into bikers and were assaulted. All they've got left with is an unwounded Knob biker, unwounded Warlord, sorry, and the Pain Boy still left to go. And then these guys I did absolutely nothing to. The Mega Knobs got hit by the horror and they're actually pinned, so that's quite useful. So it's got to the point now where I've only got 3 points. He's got many more than that. So it really is basically, can I table him? Start of his turn 5, he's got 3 Mega Knobs. They're running. These boys, the bikers, but more importantly the battle wagon. I think that's what's going to really struggle. The battle wagon, the flyer. I just don't think I've got enough firepower to deal with the two. So this is the end of my turn 4. In terms of points, I did actually manage to secure objective 4.
Finally.
And I discarded my Scour the Skies, and then I'm waiting for objective 1, which no one's actually holding. Yay!
End of the Orks turn 5. The Mega Knobs have just literally got up. The annoying thing is Mark, because Mark's got units there, I drew secure objective 2, so that's sitting there waiting for the take in. The other cards I've also got is score 1 victory point if Mark fails a morale, pinning or fear test, and I've also got 1 for having 3 scoring units by my own table edge and none of Mark's. The Dackerjet come on. We managed to get 2 wounds onto him, and Mark made both his saves. As I say, the Mega Knob stood up. They just shot the guys in front of them, killed 2. The boys here, because obviously I know Mark's way of winning now is going to have to kill and everything, so to save him from, give him added protection, they've moved up and jumped back inside the battle wagon. So these few Orc boys there are inside the battle wagon. The only other thing basically, because it's quite quick actually the turns, the bikes over there, I suffered no wounds. I basically made my 2 saves I had to make, and Mark lost 3.
Yep.
So, but obviously being fearless, we're just locked in combat there. Mark's turn 5, and that could possibly be it over. I hope so.
Right, end of my turn 5 and possibly the last turn of the game. I've ignored my cards because I'm never going to catch him on points now. Essentially, I put all my 4 squads into the Mega Knobs. He had to make 15 saves, he failed 1. So every single Mega Knob there was on 1 wound, and he killed a couple of Tyranid warriors. Hive Tyrant, he managed to kill the Dackerjet, so that was quite good. I charged my Trigon into the bikers because I was too far away to get the battle wagon. I killed the Pain Boy, but unfortunately the War Boss is actually running and he escaped combat. So he can now turbo boost off into the middle of nowhere and be real pain in the ass. And obviously the battle wagon is still alive. So this is possibly the last turn of the game, and let's see how he gets on.
Game
1-2 the game ends, 3+ it continues.
Continues.
He's got 1 more turn.
Right, we've sat down and worked it out, and we're not going to play out turn 6 because we've worked it out I can get the battle wagon out of charge range, and my war boss can just get across the board somewhere just to be really annoying and out of the way. So we are going to call it that at the end of turn 5. So the final scores was I ended up with 13 and Mark with 3. What are your thoughts, Mark?
Yeah, I just kept drawing objectives that you could score. So I was always drawing a new hand of 3 cards every single turn. It's just never from my point. So
yeah, we got a couple. We got 1 or 2 for objective 1. You got a couple for objective 6, which are there. But is that objective 4? That is literally.
I think I got him all 3 times. Let me just check. 1, twice, 3 times. Yeah, objective 4 came up 3 times.
Yeah, and I scored it 1, 2, 3. I scored about 3 times myself.
So 6 points from 1 objective is not bad going.
No, and it was the one in the centre that you think we would all be really fighting over, but it didn't help that obviously you scattered every time with your troops securing ones, which obviously they got them a couple of turns to get in, so it's don't now basically got to score it.
That's it, yeah.
So
it's like pain in the bottom.
Yeah, interesting playing against Tyranids. My first time of actually playing against Tyranids.
Yep. Now you felt the swarm.
That git stayed on 1 wound.
Yep. And it just kept coming back and back and back.
Is it interesting? Obviously, he stayed off, and obviously, I didn't really get to fight him at all. So it was only the 1 round of combat. Obviously, I was tempted by the combat. Obviously, I went for him with the war boss when I got the attack back. I could have gone for other stuff and won the combat, and we could have just sat in the combat for another turn. But if it did go into turn 6, likely the war boss might have died then. But
no, he was right to go for him. The other things are relatively relevant. Basically, it was all about could I kill a battle wagon. I've only got the only things that can hurt a wagon when I have 2 monstrous creatures, so you need to concentrate on them.
So, but yeah, no, all in all, good game. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yep.
So first bout with the Nids. They are just a never-ending swarm. You kill them and they just come back on again.
Quite literally in this game.
So and because you never failed one of those rolls, so all of them just kept coming back on. So.
Yeah, that was where my luck was really.
Yeah. So mine was just the new drawing cards for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, good to speak to you all guys, and this is probably our last battle report before Christmas, so happy Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll see you all again, probably in the new year now for another game.
Yes.
Cheers, guys. Bye.